When I went through my first divorce, it was really ugly, very ugly. And she stuck by me the entire time. Whether I had no money or whatever it was, she was there. She stuck there. We talked, um, quite regularly. And I don't like to talk a lot. Um, you know, especially every day. I'm not into that. But um, with females, but she stuck by me. So I think the dynamic changed. The last visit I was there, I noticed that she was acting a little different
Mm.
emotionally. She was very, very emotionally. She threw a fit like I think 2 or 3 days before it was time for me to fly back to the US. And I'm like, where'd this come from? Like, you never, we've been dating for, at least what, 2.5 years or,
Right,
whatnot. And you never showed any of this type of behavior.
right.
And so it stuck in my head, like, okay, what is this all about? But now, um, I don't think that our marriage is working out. It's not working out the way I thought it would, and I'm
Right,
like, well, I'm
right.
scratching my head because I'm going, well, wait a minute, what changed overnight?
Hmm.
And so, from that standpoint, I mean, to make a long story short, that's what happened. Then she dropped the divorce bomb. You're a great guy. I don't deserve you. Um, I think I think we should end it now because it's just going to end up in divorce later. And so basically I had kind of given up on the situation because I'm like, you can't make somebody be with you. But when I saw your program, I said, I don't know what made me click on it, but there was a video that I watched, and I can't remember what the video was, but what you said in the video resonated with me because I knew it was true.
Mm.
The reason I know it was true is because for years I've been studying psychology, dating, that type of thing. And so when you said what you said, it was like, man, I need to try this program, to save my marriage because my first marriage lasted 28 years.
Yep.
And, if it wasn't for, I think, the religious aspect, I think it probably would have ended years way before then. It probably would have ended, I probably wouldn't have made it to 5 years in the marriage. But because of the religious component, um, it ended up stretching out 28 years.
Yeah.
Um, but in this case, this marriage, that religious commitment is not as strong as my first marriage was. So
Mm.
it was for her, it was just like, I think we need to get a divorce.
Right.
But your program, once I saw that, I talked to Tina. Tina says, hey, these are our payment options, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. Just going through the course, I really honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did 2 weeks and then I got into an accident and that derailed everything. But within that 2 weeks, just going through the program, she came back. So it was just me sending her, I think I sent her that bonus CLC
Hmm.
twice. And
Twice.
that after that second time, she's like, she started talking to me a little bit more. And
Yep.
I'm like, well, where's this going? And she says, well, I think you already know that because I'm talking to you that I want to work it out. So I'm
He's like,
like,
why'd you
okay.
have to ask?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, pretty much. And so what I've been doing is in the dating game, I've learned so many techniques about female behavior or whatnot. It's easy for me to keep a woman interested while you're dating. When
Right.
when when the commitment happens, the
Yes.
dynamic changes.
Yeah.
And that's where I struggle because a lot of things that you said I already knew, but what I didn't know was how to implement them from that dating strategy into the marriage, into the marriage part.
Hmm.
And that's where I struggled. And so you've made that way more clear than it was before. And I think now, um, she's I mean, we're married.
Yeah.
She's she's wearing her wedding ring again, and she's sending me videos. She's talking to me. She's, I mean, it's, matter of fact, she sent me some, you know, some stuff
Videos.
this morning. So
Yeah.
that's not an issue. What my issue is that her mood changes so quickly
Yeah.
that I have to be alert to her emotional state at that particular time so that I can address it. And being that I'm so busy with business,
Hmm.
oh my gosh, it's a handful, And I asked her, I said, well, why did you ask for divorce? Like, we had all these things planned. We had, all these things I'm doing over here. And she says, well, she said that was the only way I knew how to get your attention.
Mm.
And I said, oh, okay. That's really not true. You already had my attention, but that's your female version of getting my
Right.
attention. I mean, super value in your program, and I mean an enormous amount of value. Um, having studied different, individuals over the years, I mean, it was just like, oh, this is it right here. And I haven't seen anything like your program out there. A lot of these guys are teaching, if you don't have, if she's not respecting your value and what you bring to the relationship, go get you another one. Forget her. She'll come running back to you and all that. And that's garbage. I was married 28 years. I don't want to keep bouncing from freaking woman to woman. That crap gets old.
I mean, you're taking the words out of my mouth, man. Like, you're absolutely right. Because, like, you'll bring the same problem into the next relationship, right? And it's like, is it always woman? And those guys have the belief that it is always woman. And
Yep.
they don't look at them. They're going like this. They have three fingers pointing back at themselves, right? And so they're not able
Yep.
to see. Yeah, man. And I feel sorry for when I see those guys, like a lot of those deep MGTOW red pill guys who are just like constantly attacking women. And it's like, all right, man, like if you're happy that way, but if you look at their relationships, a lot of them aren't happy, man.
Yeah.
Not happy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. This is not enough. This isn't information that's new to me. How to implement it is new to me. And that's why I would slap myself upside the head and say, dude, you knew this. I mean, it was right in front of your face, but I mean, we need help. Everyone needs help at some point in their life. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't be as hard on myself, but realistically, looking back on how everything changed so quickly, and then what it made me do was made me look back into my first marriage, and I'm like, oh my God, I
yeah.
should still be married to my first wife.
Yep.
You can't have that red pill alpha bull crap. You can't live by that. That's
Yeah.
what's destroying all your relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about that healthy middle ground, right? You have like a lot of some guys in the program, they're in that beta blue pill mindset. And then over here, you have that red pill asshole kind of thing. It's like there's that healthy middle ground, right? That like apex
Yeah.
male I talked about, right? And so like finding that
Yep.
confidence within, but not needing to like boast and say that.
Right.
There's actually